Hello, Jane. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Well, I see that you're now pregnant. Congratulations. This must be very exciting for you.
It really is. It's really just starting to sink in now, and now that reality has set in, I'm starting to feel a little overwhelmed.
Well, the way you're feeling is perfectly natural. Pregnancy is certainly no small undertaking, so you have to harness all that excitement you're feeling and put it towards handling your pregnancy in the best possible manner. Are there any particular aspects about your pregnancy that you're specifically concerned about?
Well, I guess I'm most concerned about is my weight gain during pregnancy. I'm really trying to avoid gaining too much weight because I don't want my baby to be fat, or I don't want to put on too much weight that I won't be able to take off after I give birth. I know I'm eating for two now. I just want to be sure that I can maintain my active lifestyle.
Yeah, this is a pretty common concern, and it's a valid one at that. Weight gain is a very important part of your pregnancy. While you're incorrect in saying that you're eating for two now, I think you'll be glad to hear that. That does not mean that you'll be eating twice as much. In fact, you only have to eat about 300 more calories a day, which, to give you an idea, would be about one apple and 1 cup of non-fat yogurt. However, weight gain is a necessary part of your pregnancy, and being underweight can result in numerous complications such as premature birth, anemia, and a low APGAR score, just to name a few. So, for a woman of a healthy weight like yourself, you should be expected to gain anywhere from 25 to 35 pounds. And this should happen at a fairly consistent rate throughout your pregnancy.
Okay. What about my exercise habits? I like to run every day, so will I be able to continue to do that? Wouldn't exercise make it harder for me to put weight on?
Yes. However, this actually allows you to eat more, which allows you to reach more of your nutrient needs. And also, exercising is perfectly acceptable during your pregnancy, and I actually encourage you to continue to do so. You might even consider low-weight bearing exercise like cycling, swimming, or even just walking. Regular exercise during your pregnancy may even end up decreasing your time in labor, and also will help ensure that your baby is the appropriate weight and length.
Oh, excellent. Exercising really helps me relax, and I really get anxious and stressed when I don't. Another thing I'm curious about is using supplements. A friend of mine was pregnant last year, and she said she read an article where it said that taking supplements was bad for the baby and that a diet of organic foods was just enough for your baby.
Well, I'm not sure if I've heard anything about that, but while a balanced diet is very important, there are certain nutrients that your body cannot get enough of from diet alone. Things like folate and iron are very difficult to get enough of, so supplementing your diet can be very beneficial to you and your baby. And also, just as rule of thumb, in general, you don't want to trust what you hear from maybe a magazine or a TV or even trusted friends. If you have any questions or concerns, refer to a professional like myself or your doctor.
Okay. So how should I go about taking these supplements, and which ones should I take?
Well, folate is going to be a nutrient you're going to be hearing about a lot. It's discussed a lot during pregnancy, and for good reason. Folate helps with gene expression and DNA synthesis. And if you have a folate deficiency during your pregnancy, your baby could be born with a neural tube defect that will ultimately, or could potentially be fatal. So to ensure that this doesn't happen, you can get plenty of folic acid from fortified foods like breakfast cereals, pasta, and orange juice. So every day you should be supplementing your diet with approximately 500 to 600 micrograms of folic acid a day.
This is all seeming like too much. I'm not really sure how I'm going to remember how to do all this. It's quite overwhelming.
I understand. This is a lot of information to be taking in at once, and you probably won't be able to remember it all, but I'll give you some information you can take home, and you'll always be able to get in touch with me if you have any concerns.
Okay, that'd be great. It's just that I'm freaking out a little bit because I haven't been doing any of the things we just talked about. I know I've been only pregnant for a very short time, but I just want to make sure I can do everything for my baby. What are some common dietary measures you think I should be making?
Well, there's a few things that you should be eliminating from your diet, or at least restricting. The first, which I'm sure you already know, is that you should be completely avoiding drinking alcohol.
Oh yes, absolutely. I'm not much of a drinker to begin with, but I made sure to avoid drinking. I also don't smoke, which I'm sure is a good thing.
That's great. That's a really good thing. Avoiding drinking and smoking really reduces a lot of risk that you could run if you had done otherwise. Another common dietary item that should be restricted is caffeine. So obviously drinks like coffee and soda should be avoided. And in fact, you should just avoid soda regardless from your diet, whether it has caffeine or not.
Ooh. That's going to be a little difficult for me. I usually like to drink 2 or 3 cups of coffee every morning. I really don't know how I can do without it.
Well, you don't have to eliminate caffeine entirely, but you will have to limit yourself to just maybe one small cup a day. You could even maybe start trying to replace coffee with an apple in the morning. I think you might be pleasantly surprised to see how well it does get you up and going in the morning. Um, there's also a few other things you should be avoiding, but I don't want to overwhelm you, and I'll give you a packet at the end of the meeting so you can be able to go through that in your own time.
All right, thanks. I like that.
So, besides maybe feeling a little stressed or anxious, how have you been feeling physically? Have you had any signs or feelings of nausea?
As a matter of fact, I did just start feeling a little sick in the morning this week. Is that normal?
Yes, nausea and vomiting are perfectly normal during pregnancy, and in fact, they're very common. Try eating some dry foods like crackers or bread, or just high-carb foods in general. These seem, to help women with their symptoms of nausea. You might also want to try separating your consumption of solid and liquid intakes. This also seems to help.
Okay, I'll definitely try that. I can't stand feeling nauseous.
Yeah, I can imagine. Just remember that these feelings are normal, and just make sure you're eating enough, especially if you do end up vomiting.
Yes, of course.
Okay, well, I know it's still early in your pregnancy, but have you given any thought to how you might like to nurse your baby?
Not really a whole lot. I've been considering just using baby formulas. Using formula seems like it would be more convenient, and that's how my mother did it with me, and it seemed to work out well for us.
Well, the choice of how you want to nurse is entirely yours, but I will throw my 2 cents in on this issue and encourage you to breastfeed your baby. Breastfeeding your child has numerous benefits, such as strengthening your baby's immune system. It helps ensure your baby's health, and it can even enhance your baby's cognitive function. Not to mention, it's just a good way to strengthen bonds between mother and child.
Oh, well, I'll definitely think about that some more, but I'm not too worried about it right now.
Yeah, I would definitely consider it. I think it'll, be the right choice for you in the end. Do you have any other concerns or questions you'd like to ask me?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, well, stay stress-free, take it easy, and don't be afraid to ask for help.
All right, thanks.
Thanks for coming in.